by some of my award-winning colleagues in blue. Should you require their advice, please feel free to approach Mr. Harcourts and, of course, Andrew DeSanto and Julian Vocale, who no doubt you've had the great pleasure of meeting throughout the marketing campaign. Buyers, let me share with you the following announcements, which you place to have you bid and buy with absolute confidence here today. The auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that are made available for inspection before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for a property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors have a reserve price as the auctioneer will indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders, and prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and provides for fines for such conduct. The rules permit for vendor bids. The words I'll use during the auction to indicate that I'm making a bid on behalf of the vendor are vendor bid, and by law only I, as the auctioneer, can make a vendor bid. The contract of sale has been on display prior to today's auction. We call for 10% deposit upon the fall of the hammer and the signing of that contract to take place here today, with the balance to be paid at settlement in a flexible 75 to 90 days time, at which time the vendor will provide the lucky buyer with vacant possession of the property. All in all, quite a straightforward contract. Everything is in here. Everything is quite clear. So buyers, is with my highest recommendation what we offer for your consideration and competition here today. An easy decision for any first home buyer, an easy decision for any investor, an easy decision for you and your family to buy this great family home in this great family location. If you'd like to get the sticker on the board, right now is your time to reserve that right. Buyers, where can I see a fair and reasonable starting bid for number 44, Muller? Who'd like to start us off? I don't mind the call, buyers. I'm in your hands. Start me where you like. At 700,000, a fair start, and we'll go at 7 now, even money. Welcome and best of luck here today at 700 the bid. At 700,000, fairly been offered there across the road. Opportunity with every other potential buyer here today. At 700,000 now, once at 700. At 710, I was hoping for 20 in the rise, sir. Can I say 20? Yeah. At 20 now, welcome, best of luck at 20 now, same courtesy at 20 if you like. At 720,000, the bid's here at 20. At 720,000, at 720,000, fire with fire, give me 20 in the rise. At 720,000, fairly been offered now. Was that a bid? At 720, at 720,000, once at 720, all done. At 720,000, twice at 20, done and finished. Third, final call at $720,000 the bid. All done. 30, Rob. I had 30 over here first. What was your bid, ma'am? 30. At 30 there. At 730,000, 40 it's got to be. At 50 even better. At 750,000. At 750,000, fairly. Appreciate the help there, ma'am. At 750,000. At 750,000 across the road at 50 now. At 750,000, opportunity here and here. At 750, haven't gone about you either, sir. At 750,000, fairly been offered now. At 750 the bid. First call at 750. Are we all done? Second call at 750, 60. At 60 now, welcome back, sir. At 760,000, we are on the market. We are selling here today. At 760,000, the bid's there, the keys are there. I'm not going inside. I'm not referring to the vendor. I'm out here until we sell. We play for keeps. We're on the market. We sell. Bid's here. Keys are here.
Over there, Rob.
If you've come to buy, we're at 60, ma'am. We're at 60. Can I say 65? No. At 760,000, keys remain here at 60. At 760,000. At 760,000, fairly been offered. If you've come to buy, bid me now or forever hold your peace, because we're on the market. We sell at $760,000 the bid. For the first call at 760, all done. Twice at $760,000 done. Finished. Third, final call at 760, all done, all finished. So, at 760 is the bid, ma'am. 60, can I say 62 and a half? Okay. At 62 and a half, at 762 and a half, at 762 and a half, and the bid's back against you at 62 and a half. Don't walk away for 2 and a half. At 762 and a half, so we're done over here. Thank you very much for your bidding. We're done there across the road. Thank you again for your participation here today. At 762,500 bids there. Opportunity with you. 65 now, 765. at 765. We're absolutely sure now, ma'am. You've told me that before. At 765, you're done. Let them have it at 765. Thank you for your bidding here today. At 765,000. Keys are back here at 765. We're on the market. We play for keeps. We sell here today at $765,000 the bid. First call at 765. Done. At 66, at 766, fresh bidding. Got to test their resolve, surely. At 766 and the bid's back there. How about 70 in the rise? At 770 now. At 67, 767. I thought I heard 70 there, Ange. At 767, at 767,000. At 767,000. Bid there at 767. 78. At 78. I've got 7. Is that 78? 778? At 778, at 778,000, at 778,000, big bids by property, at 778, make it 80 in the rise, at $778,000 a bid, bids there, keys are there, we sell, 79. At 79 now, and 80 beckons, at 779, at 779, at 779 the bid, make it 780 in the rise, at 779, at 779,000, at 779,000, bid there, at 779, bids there, keys are there, we're on the market and selling, we're definitely done over here, ma'am. Sir, thank you very much for your bidding here today, at 779,000, bids there, keys are there, once, at 779, done, definitely done there, sir. And across the road there, we're done there, at 780 now, at 780. At $780,000 the bid, at 780 and the bid's back behind at 80. At 780,000, you're absolutely sure, so you've been with me almost from the very start. It's not time to leave me just yet, we haven't bought it yet. At 780,000, the bid's there, keys are there, we're on the market, we sell, 780 the bid, once at 780, done. Twice at 780 the bid, done, finished. Third, final call at $780,000 the bid, all done, all finished, all silent and out at 780,000 and 81 now. At 781 the bid, at 781. Pressure back over here at 781 and 82. At 782 the quick retort at 82. At 782,000 now. At 782 and the bid's back behind at 82. At 782. How about we give me a big bid, sir? Can I say 790?
782. No, I agree now.
No, definitely done.
Done.
We're going to see you next week.
Done.
At 782.
We're going to see you somewhere else.
We'll see. I'm sure we'll see you again. I'm sure we'll have success together soon. At 782,000, the bid's there at 782. Once, twice, third, final call at 782,000. All done, all finished, all silent, all out at 782. We're definitely done, sir. Thank you very much for your bidding here today at 782,000. On the phone there, nothing on the phone there, 782. We're selling. Need to know. Yes or no, 782. At 782 and a half. At 782,500 now. At 782,500, big back there, 782.5. How about 85 in the rise? At 782 and a half in the bids there. Suggest 85 for me, Con, at 782 and a half. Another 500. At 783. At 783,000. At 783,000. Cause for optimism, sir. They slowed down at 782 and a half. At 783,000, the bid's there. It's back against you at 83. At $783,000 the bid. On the market and selling at 783. Bid's there now. Keys are there. If there's no further bid, we'll sell at that. At 783. Once. At 783. Twice. At 783,000 for the third and final call. At 783 the bid. Are we done? Finished? Silent and out at 783. Definitely done? Definitely done. Thank you very much for your bidding here today. We're selling, selling, selling. So congratulations and well bid here today. Please join me in congratulating our purchasers and our vendors here today. You've just witnessed another successful Harcourts, Rata & Co.